fail forward, day after day, month after month, year after year. That's how you build your empire. How many of you want to go to Empire I Am Master Academy? Say I. I'm going to give it to you right now. I want to say I've been in this company now for 5 years. This month, 5 years ago, I sat across from Chris Secretary and Isaac Stellatorre. There were 1,200 people in this company. Jason and Matt were active chairman 10, and I knew what this could turn into because I knew the hearts of Chris Terry. Make some noise on top of your CEO and founder, Christopher Terry. Now, some of you don't know how good you have it here in this company. Okay, there are lots of companies in this industry. Nobody has the products and services like I Am Mastery Academy. If you agree, say yes. Nobody has this compensation plan. It does not exist anywhere. That's why you have some of the highest paid people in the world all under the same roof. Because we know this is the best, most equal opportunity in the world of business today. If you agree, say yes.
Yes.
So today, let's talk about you. Okay, how many of you want to take your life to the next level? I mean, how many of you really want to take your life to the next level? You see, in America, sometimes we're spoiled. We take things for granted. You have no idea what people in other countries have to go through to build this business every single week. I've been to Honduras. I've been to Nicaragua. I've been to Poland. I've been to all these places where they're not as fortunate as you are to be right here in the USA. If you're excited to be in the United States of America, make sure you know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're in Texas, so I can say that here. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Number one, you got to write out your life as you would like it to be, in excruciating detail. When I was 17, and my mom said your dad's having heart palpitations because he has to work 15 hours a day to keep the insurance agency going, and we think it's a heart attack, and then we think it's not, we really don't know. At that point, I made a conscious decision. Say decision. I said, I'm gonna get rich. Not because I just want money, I want nice things. I said, I'm gonna make money to take care of my family. Okay? You gotta know what you want. You gotta know who you want to help. They say the starting point in all achievement is something called hunger, something called desire. You're in the greatest possible company you can be in. It's up to you. Jason is incredible. Matt is incredible. Emery's incredible. Matty Gibson, Joey Wilson, they're all great leaders. They're amazing leaders. But they cannot do it for you. You're going to have to dig deep and really decide, hey, I have one life on planet Earth, and I know that. What do I want? Who do I want to help? And what is my legacy going to be? You see, my mentor, Bob Proctor, in 2011, said, Alex, decide what you want in life, and then say no to everything that is not that. How many of you know exactly what you want out of life? Make some noise right now. You got to know what you want. You got to know why you want it. You got to know who you want to help. So we have these things called goals, right? G-O-A-L. Go out and live. What is your goal? ¿Cuál es tu meta? What do you want? In order to get into momentum, there's some things we've got to do. Have you written down your goal in present tense? Yes, Alex, I have. I've heard you say this for 6 years now. Even from your first company, I was in the audience. But you have not internalized it. Because if you internalized it, you'd be in the front rows. Well, I've heard this radio secret from Earl Nightingale so many times. But you're not up here yet. Why not? I'm going to talk about why not here in a little bit. But this is the preliminary ideas we have got to get down. Nick Gomez knows this information. John Wallman knows this information. Successful people, black, white, yellow, brown, Spanish, Muslim, Jewish, atheists, Catholics, men, women, something in the middle, it doesn't even matter. We're all the same. Would you agree?
Yes.
You see, some of you don't know how powerful you already are. Eric Thomas today gave a great talk, and he said you have to step into your authentic self. Your authentic self was created in the image of God. Make some noise for God one time. So if you and I were created in the mirror image of the Creator, that means you and I have creative powers. You are powerful. Your mommy never told you that. Your daddy never told you that. Your little teacher in public school never told you that. You've been told what to do your entire life. Go to school and get good. After high school, apply to go to a good. If you can't afford it, take out a student. Graduate and go get a. And then go work 40 hours a week for the next 40 years of your life. And then try to retire. That's what you've been told. We're changing the thinking right now. If you want things in your life to change, you got to change your thinking. So after we write it down, we have to saturate our 5 senses. God gave us antennas to attract the things we desire. And by doing that, we build this thing called a magnificent obsession. Ness was up here earlier. He said it's my greatest blessing and greatest curse. I'll tell you this. You've got to be obsessed with success. Because if you're not obsessed with it, who's going to go get it done for you?
Nobody.
Your parents didn't figure it out. Your grandparents didn't figure it out. Neither did mine. You have got to become obsessed. My fiance and I were training in LA the other day, and we walked in, and I saw this girl stretching on the mat with her trainers, and I said, man, I think I know this person. I went to the bathroom, I came back out, I said, I know who that is. That's Naomi Osaka, the #1 tennis player in the world and the highest paid female on the planet in sports. And I was talking to our trainer, and he's like, yeah, bro, she's in there every day, 4 hours. She will warm up for 60 minutes. She will stretch, she will cardio, she will lift, then she will eat in the car, she will go straight to a tennis court, and she will hit balls and watch film and practice for 8 hours every single day. Obsessed. Say obsessed. Obsessed. Okay, you gotta be obsessed. If your dream is to become a chairman, how many of you want to become a chairman? Make some noise. You gotta build this magnificent obsession, right? So for things to change, you gotta change. For Jason Brown to go from where he was to where he is today, he had to what? Change. You gotta change. You gotta get better. You gotta learn, right? To make a major shift, everybody say shift. We must think different. Take massive action. Increase our awareness and change this thing we call a paradigm. That's what I'm going to spend some time talking about today. Because what happened with me was I went from a broke college kid eating ramen noodles every night for dinner to making over $1 million in about 18 months. And what happened is people started to ask me, how did I do it? What did you do, bro? Tell me what you did, tell me what you did. And I could not articulate how I was able to do it. So I went on a mission to figure out, hey, how was I able to go from where I was to making over $1 million a year? What happened to me? So I invested a lot of money, I read a lot of books, I went to a lot of seminars, I met my mentor Bob Clark, and I found out what happened to me. And then I found out, and ever since then I've been teaching it to anybody that would listen to me all over the world. 75 countries later, this information has changed people's lives all over the planet. And information is one of the only things that can change your situation. Well, you don't understand, Alex. I come from a split family. My mom, she was a single mom. My dad was a single dad. I was in jail. I got somebody pregnant at 16. All of these reasons, all of these excuses are not special. And what I found out was that in the world, nobody really cares about our sob stories. There are people in this company that have gone through hell and had crazy childhoods and come from different countries, and they made a conscious decision to change their life. And they learned the information, and they applied the information, and they went out there and they made it happen. So success, right? Success can mean different things to different people. I'm not up here to tell everybody that everybody's got to make the same training money that Matty Pitts or Ness has in their account. I'm not here to say everybody needs to make Jason Brown money. That's not why I'm up here. But everybody has success, a definition for you. How many of you want to take care of your mom? Say yes. Yes. How many of you want to buy your little sister or little brother a car? Say yes. Yes. You see, everybody wants the nice stuff, but they don't want to learn how to attract these things. So success, 95% of it is spiritual. 95% of it is not about the physical work. It's not the Zoom calls. It's not just the events. People come to these events over and over and over and over and over again. They go home and nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing what? Nothing changes. You've got to change. So today we're going to talk about how to create what it is we desire. Because, listen, we're in a sweet spot right now. Say sweet spot. Sweet spot. This company, I Master Academy, this is it. We have no competitors. Everybody that's trying to copy us didn't get very far. We have the best products, the best services, the best comp plan. We have the highest paid partnership in the industry. We have the highest paid African American, Caucasian, female, Latino, millennial. We got it all under this roof. It will never be as good as it is right now. So you got to make that decision and say, you know what? It's August. I got almost half the year left. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. Matt Rosa sunk his teeth into it a couple years ago and made it happen. All the leaders that have made it happen at a very high level, there was a point of no return in each and every one of their lives. I pray your point of no return is this weekend. How many of you accept that I'm getting that right now? How many of you accept the fact that this weekend can change everything for you? So we've got to talk about what holds us back. Because you know what to do. Would you agree? Mike Cicero knows what to do. You know what to do. What do I do? You prospect people. You do presentations. You do events. You edify your upline. You do three-way calls. You work hard. You show the plan. You run the play. Why are you not getting the results? Because this thing called a paradigm is holding you back. A paradigm is this program that has exclusive control over everything in our lives. The foods we eat, the places we go, the way we look, the way we think, the way we feel, everything. When you change this, everything will begin to change in your life. And the problem is that unless you were raised by multi-millionaires, you were not programmed for success. The average welfare recipient in America is third or fourth generation. Because they saw grandpa do it, they saw their dad do it, and then they do it. You understand? You can change the course. You can break the generational curse. Or you can have this whole opportunity, and you can wait 3 to 5 years, and we're doing $5 to $7 billion a year, and we're category creators, and we're selling out Yankee Stadium the same day as the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, and then you can sit there and say, oh, I was in Dallas, Texas with 6,000 people, and Cherry 750 was the highest on the comp plan, and I was there, and I didn't take action. I was too concerned with TikTok. I was too concerned with looking rich. I was too concerned with being cool. Don't be that person, man. Don't be that person. Be the person that says, you know what, screw it, I'm going to the top no matter what. How many of you with me? You're with me. I see you shaking your head. Yeah, man. Listen, you got to get aggressive about success. Period. Right? So we must grow. If we want to grow, we must change. Understand this right here. What's that say? We are all whose? God's highest form of creation. Capable of anything and everything. Now that image up there is the most valuable thing I've ever been shown on a napkin in Toronto, Canada in 2014. I would draw it on your phone, take a picture of it, do something. Okay? That circle is the mind, that little thing is the body, right? What happens is we have an energy flow through us as human beings. This is factual information, this is science, you cannot argue this. This is why you are where you are today. This is why you have what you have today. This is it. Well, Alex, you don't understand. You don't understand. Okay? I can back every statement I'm saying up. It's not ego, it's not cocky. I'm actually very humble. My income is not posted anywhere on the internet. I do this because I genuinely love helping people. That's it. Period. Okay? If one of you gets this today and changes your life, then I did my job. So ideas come into our mind, beliefs come into our mind. And when it comes into our mind, we have a choice. Everybody say choice. We can make it positive or negative. And then we decide which ideas we get emotionally involved with. You can reject what CNN or Fox says to you. The economy's so bad. Okay, not for me. The real estate market's gonna crash. Okay, not for me. I don't accept that nonsense. Some of you accept whatever people tell you. Oh yeah, it's probably true, it's probably true. Probably not true. Because most people don't think. If you went and interviewed the average person in Houston or Dallas or LA tomorrow and say, hey man, what are you thinking about? People would be speechless. Nobody thinks. You gotta think. Because our mind dictates our body. And then our body moves. It takes actions, which produce the results. So to change the results, we're going to change our what? Our thinking. When you change your thinking, everything changes. You may say this is complicated, but it's not complicated. You need to hear this a couple dozen times, and you'll understand. Anything I've ever written down on a piece of paper has come to fruition. Anything Jason and Matt want, they snap their fingers and it shows up because they understand the power of who they are already. So you have two parts of this mind. This mind controls the body, okay? For lack of time, I gotta go a little bit quick here. But the main idea here is that we have the opportunity to accept any idea we desire, and we have the opportunity to reject any idea we desire. Any idea we don't desire, right? So the things we want to get into our subconscious mind are what? Our goals, right? The car you want, the home you want, the money you want. These are the things we have to get emotionally involved with. Because if we just want it, it's not enough. We have to turn a want into a desire. Everybody say desire. Desire. Desires of our heart are what move from the spirit to the physical. Matthew Thayer was at our condo at the Force Design Tower, and we took him up the car elevator in a specific vehicle. 1 year later, he's living in the Porsche Tower, driving the same car in the same elevator 1 year later. You understand? How is that possible? Well, he turned a want into a desire. He backed it by something called energy, and then he put in the right work, and he produced the result. That's how this game works. If you're following me, say yes. Yes. Okay? So this is you today, right here. This is me today, right here. Okay? People, podcasts, Netflix, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, information gets dumped into our mind. A lot of it is negative. A lot of you watch way too much negative programming. Television, they're telling you a vision. It's called television programming. Why? Because it's programming you with their vision. And they don't want you to win, or be healthy, or be free, or be happy. They want you miserable, sick, and poor. So who should you not listen to? Them. Everybody say, don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them. You got to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your intuition and program yourself for success. The greatest smart computer on the planet is the 6 inches between your ears. You got to program this thing. Because if you don't program it, somebody else will. So what we've got to now do is change this thing we call a paradigm, right? We have to change the paradigm. Because this all started when we were a little kid. You see, most of the thoughts that you and I think are not even from us. They're from mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, teachers, professors, right? All rich people are greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. If you want to be successful, make sure you go to... Come on, man. That's not the truth. That's what you've been taught. That's why your results are not what you want. So to get what you want, you got to change your thinking and your emotional frequency. That's it. So let's talk about it. Short amount of time, but we're going to run through these 8 right here. Because this is the truth. Ready? I Am Mastery Academy has given us lots of information, lots of techniques, lots of training secrets and tips, lots of building principles. The problem is that most of us do not do what we already know how to do. You've heard Jason and David and Justin Owens say 5 to 6 meetings a week, 5 to 6 meetings a week, 5 to 6 meetings a week. You go home and do 1 to 2. You've heard prospect 10 people a day. You go home and you prospect 3 people a week. That's the issue here. You understand it? This isn't motivation, this is education. This is what changed my life. This is what changed a lot of people's lives. When you get this, you get everything. Because you're going to get frustrated when you have all this knowledge, right? That's why we have so many smart friends that went to the best schools, the best universities, 16 degrees, and they're broke asking me and you for money. How does that happen? Because they don't understand this information. It's not about where you went to school, okay? So what we've got to do, again, is to program this supercomputer. So let's talk about it right now. Turn a want into a desire, okay? Turn to the person on your left and say, desire more.
Desire more.
You got to expand your thinking. I was talking to some chairmen upstairs and I said, you could have talked to the chairman 10 and the chairman 25 and say, listen, bro, you've got to expand your desires. How do I motivate people on my team? They're not thinking big enough. I thought $1 million was a lot of money. Let me give you $1 million, and over the course of 12 months, you come back to me and tell me how much money $1 million was. Please. It's a joke, man. You got to expand your thinking. You have to turn what you want into a desire. So I'm going to give you 8 things right now. 8 ways right now to change everything in your mind. Number 1, you want to write out life as you would like it to be again and read it out loud daily. Repetition, 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 repetition. And number 2, stop replaying your past and start to pre-play your future. What does that mean? That means, why do you even think about what happened yesterday? It's gone. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Wow, do you remember 5 years ago? Why do I want to think about 5 years ago, man? Especially if it's negative. Who cares what the past? I wish I could say, I can't drop bombs up here, but man, the past, man, completely the past. Move the past. Screw the past. You got to think about the future. Hey, this is what I decided. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am Chairman 10. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am Chairman 100. I'm so happy and grateful now that I built an organization of 1,000 Chairman 10s and above by December 31st, 2021. What do you want? All right, number 3, constant spaced repetition of information, the right information. I wish you could see me behind closed doors. Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy. Why do you do that, man? You've already made X amount of money. Why do you do Because I understand the game, that's why. I'm 31 years old. I got mentors like Chris Terry showing me what real money looks like, and I get disgusted with what's going on, man. You gotta work. And money is just a measuring tool. Money helps you help more people. That's it. That's what money is. Money is a tool to help more people. The more money you make, the more people you can help. Right? Number 4, change 1 to 2 habits at a time. Number 5, associate with winners. Stop hanging out with negative people. You don't need to do that. Number 6, model yourself after somebody that has exactly what you want. That's all I did. That's all I did. I found the 5 highest paid people in network marketing. And I found out exactly what they did. I said what they said, I did what they did, and I said whatever their 10-year plan was, I said I'm doing this in 2 to 4 years. So I'm gonna work, I'm gonna triple the work, I'm gonna quadruple the work. Some of you need more urgency in your life. Don't go mess with stuff. You need urgency in your life. Some of you think you got so much time. You don't know how much time you got, man. You have no idea what's happening, right? And then number 8, last but not least, you guys, is you gotta make a decision. Decide this weekend that you are no longer playing small anymore. Alright? Some of you get so hyped up. You get so hyped up for the Dallas Cowboys, the LA Lakers, the New York Yankees, but when it comes to your success, you sit there all timid. So what I want you to do is I want you to stand up right now, and we are going to celebrate your future right now. We are going to celebrate IMSU County going to $1 billion right now. Your level of energy will dictate the money in your bank account 12 months from right now. So repeat after me. $1 billion in this company is done by the end of 2024. Seriously, I've been doing this for over 10 years. I'm telling you the truth. You have an opportunity of a lifetime to set you, your parents, your kids, and your kids up financially forever. Hold on. Cut the Netflix, cut the BS, cut the PlayStation, cut all the fantasy football, man, and focus. And focus. And focus. And get it done. All right? I love you guys. I appreciate you. God bless you. And God bless the Lord.
One more time for Champ.